talking about a toy that has been out just for a little while, but still new to me. So this is the Stealth Jumper Batman from Hush, and this is from Mafex Toys and DC. So on the front, we have a product shot of the toy with Batman Hush. And on the side, Batman Hush and the toy with Stealth Suit Batman. On the back, we get some nice poses with the Stealth Jump outfit. And we see it is number 166 from Mafex. On this side, Batman Hush, and we see Batman there. On the bottom, we have this sticker that somebody put on there, and we can see there's the UPC numbers. And there's the blades. On the top, Batman Hush with the Batman. So let's get him on the scale and see how much he weighs. Okay, Batman Hush is coming in at 9.8 ounces. So let's get him off the scale and out of the box.
Hey, oh my damn it.
So if we look at the top here, we have one piece of tape here. We'll just pull that up. And then we can just pull the plastic on out. And we see on the inside, we've got this nice artwork, Jim Lee from the Hush. And we've got a couple of characters in there. We have the Huntress, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, the baby, and if we look down here at the very bottom, we can see we have Killer Croc with Hush and Batman on the block. So here we have this piece of paper that tells you the steps and certifying the genuine product. And here we have the Mafex, and we see we have no pieces of tape on the side. So we'll just pop this off. And on the back here we see we've got a stand. And all these items just fell out. Now all the hands are on these little pegs. So it's a very nice, and we also see we get a batarang. I get actually two of them, and there we go. So here are the accessories. Very cool looking accessories. Lots of hands and the batarangs. Very cool. Now he is just laying in here, and this is taped up. So all you simply do is get your piece of tape cutter, or just pull the tape off. It is up to you, and you can pull that on off. That is the stand, and we see we get some stuff to put it on, so you can pose the Batman in a couple of different poses. A very cool looking Batman indeed, in his jumpsuit from the Hush. And I don't know why everybody likes this Batman. It does have only one appearance in the whole series, but this is coming in at 6.5 inches tall. But it is a very cool Batman. Now it does have the wired cape, and what's cool about it is these wires go throughout the cape. We have this wire here, here, and on the ends, so you can do a multiple bends with the wire. So that is a very cool feature. Definitely love that. Now for our articulation, we have this gap guard here, and we do have the peg hinge, so we can get the straight arm T pose for this guy. He has bicep swivels. This double bend system, I kind of like the way that it does. Doesn't leave any gaps, but it is a weird looking elbow nonetheless. We have this ball jointed peg style hinge. Allows for the wrist to go all the way around. Now his head is attached to his chest here. So yeah, you can move it around a little bit, but just be warned, you're going to have to, be wary of that, so you don't want to do too much. Now as far as his chest goes, we got this ball joint here, so we can do, everybody say hey Alyssa, we can do this kind of movement here where he tilts a little bit. Does also at the waist, can do a pretty good back. Now he has this backpack here that is strapped on. Very cool. Pretty good forward motion. Like I say, you can turn on both of those, just a little bit on the top. Now, as far as split goes, you can do a pretty good split. And he does have that fall down motion that as the G.I. Joe have. You can do this much forward and back. Double bend in the knee. Definitely that weird looking kneecap there. It might have been a little cool to have that, but you know, that's the way it is. Now he has this ball jointed style peg hinge, one peg there, and has a toe bend on his boot. Now his boot is hollow, doesn't have the bat emblem or anything on it, but it still looks cool. Now he has all of these cool details in his suit. We got the lines going all over. And a very cool looking Batman indeed. Now since this is 6.5 inches tall, it will get you, girl. He will go good with the Marvel Legends series, and also pretty good with some of the other DC Direct or even the Mattel line. As you can see here, I have a Select Sculpt Batman from Mattel, and you can see they are the same height. You can see the Mafex version is a lot more, how can we say modern? Let me say that, yeah. More modern, and you can see this Batman has the rubber hands and things like that. He does have the rotation in hands, but they don't rotate around like this one does. His arms rotate. But you can see how they would stack up with those DC Directs. Very cool. I am liking this. I might have to get the rest of the Mafex line for the Hush. That includes Poison Ivy, Joker, and Catwoman. So, this is definitely bad for me and my wallet. So remember, until next time, like, subscribe, and keep collecting.